Hello, dear students. Hope you all are fine and are taking care of yourself. Well, today we'll be starting with the 14th chapter of your textbook, that is biomolecules. I hope you take an initiative to open up your books and note down the important points. Well, when we talk about biomolecules, the term itself, that is biomolecule. The word is made up of two words. That is bio, that is something which is related to life, and molecules, which is related to chemistry. So this chapter is a mixture of biochemistry, right? Here we'll be learning about molecules like carbohydrate, proteins, vitamins, and nucleic acid. Okay, now what are biomolecules is? They are the principal molecules of the living world, and they are very essential for our living system. In this, we will be emphasizing on carbohydrate in today's session. So let's get started. Before I start with, I have a question for you all, my dear students. Can you tell me the constituent of balanced diet? Okay. The constituent of balanced diet are vitamins, minerals, okay, enzymes, etc. So we'll be learning about all these constituents in detail. Well, so what are the products of digestion of carbohydrates? What do you get after the digestion of carbohydrates? That is, you get sugars after the digestion of carbohydrates. So, and the constituent of balanced diet are equal amount of carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, etc. Fine. So, before we move on to our today's topic, I would be explaining you both in English as well as Marathi for your convenience. Let's look into a short introduction of what are biomolecules. Now, carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, nucleic acid, these all constitute of biomolecules. Carbohydrate, right? You know how carbohydrates are obtained? They're obtained by the unique process of photosynthesis. Whereas lipids are the main ingredients of what? Vegetable oils, milk, fats, etc. Nucleic acid is what? It is the genetic material of organisms. Yes, dear students, bodies of living organism contains large number of different molecules which constitute their structure, and they are also part of various physiological processes taking place within our bodies, right? So today we'll be learning in detail about carbohydrates. Now, in this chapter, basically, the biomolecules which we are going to learn is carbohydrates, then proteins, enzymes, and nucleic acids. Okay, so 40, as you all know, 40% of your syllabus is reduced this year. So we'll be emphasizing on all the important terms only. Let's get started with carbohydrates. Now, carbohydrates, this word, from this word only you can make out that they are the hydrates of carbons, or we can define them as polyhydroxyaldehydes or polyhydroxyketones or compounds which give such compounds on hydrolysis. Well, dear students, we all know the basic information of carbohydrates. Like carbohydrates, they are sweet in taste. Okay, they are also known as saccharides because it is the Greek word for sugar is saccharum. Okay, hence carbohydrates are also called as saccharides, right? Some carbohydrates like glucose, fructose, they are sweet in taste. The most commonly used is our sugar, right? It is obtained from cane sugar or sugar beet. Then your milk sugar, it is known as lactose. So carbohydrates are polyhydroxyaldehydes or polyhydroxyketones or compounds which give such compounds on hydrolysis, right? Carbohydrates ला आपण hydrates of carbon असं सुद्धा म्हणतो. आता आपण पुढे जाण्यापूर्वी the basic carbohydrate is glucose. And in today's session, we'll be learning about the molecule glucose in detail. So here on the slide, you can see that the molecular formula for glucose is C6H12. So you have 6 carbons over here. 6 कार्बन तुम्हाला दिसतायत, 12 हायड्रोजन आहेत आणि 6 oxygen आहे. And the difference is on the third carbon. So you have HOH on the third carbon. हे दोन जे structures शेजारी दाखवलेले आहेत, that too are the structures of glucose only. Okay, only the way of writing is different. In the next slides or in the next things, we are going to learn about the structure of glucose in detail. Well, now we'll move on to the classification of carbohydrates on the basis of their hydrolysis. Hydrolysis is breakage. Okay, so they are classified as monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. Now, what are monosaccharides, students? Monosaccharides, they do not hydrolyze further into small polysaccharides, polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketone. Monosaccharides हे पुढे divide होत नाहीत. For example, glucose is the example of monosaccharide. Oligosaccharide on the other hand hydrolyzes to yield 2 to 10 units. आणि oligosaccharides हे पुन्हा classified आहेत disaccharides आणि trisaccharides. The next one is polysaccharide. Poly म्हणजे huge number of molecules they give on hydrolysis. आता हा जो diagram आहे, this is there in your, this classification is there in your textbook also. So basically carbohydrates ला आपण काय म्हणतो, saccharides पण म्हणतो. Why? Because it is sweet in taste. And these carbohydrates are classified as monosaccharides, oligosaccharides and polysaccharides. Mono म्हणजे काय, they do not hydrolyze into smaller units. ते छोट्या छोट्या युनिट मध्ये डिवाइड होत नाहीत आणि त्यांची एक्झाम्पल्स आहेत ग्लुकोज, फ्रक्टोज अँड राइबोज. ऑलिगोसॅकराइड जे असतात तर ते 2 किंवा 10 मोनोसॅकराइड मध्ये ब्रेक होऊ शकतात. फॉर एक्झाम्पल ते पण पुन्हा क्लासिफाईड आहेत डाय, ट्राय अँड टेट्रासॅकराइड्स असे. डाय म्हणजे जे 2 मोनोसॅकराइड युनिट देतात. Tri म्हणजे they yield 3 monosaccharide unit and tetra means they yield 4 monosaccharide units. Okay, and polysaccharide finally म्हणजे काय, they yield large number of monosaccharide units on hydrolysis like huge molecules like starch, glycogen and cellulose. म्हणजेच काय, the carbohydrates हे कसे classified आहेत, mono, oligo and polysaccharide. Mono means 1, oligo can give you 2 to 10 units and poly means many monosaccharide units. Oligo परत classified आहेत disaccharides, trisaccharides and tetrasaccharides. So this was the classification of carbohydrates. आता एक महत्वाचा जो कार्बोहायड्रेट आहे तो म्हणजे ग्लुकोज आहे. So we'll be talking about glucose. Glucose, you all know, occurs in ripe grapes. Hence, it is also known as grape sugar. And you know, glucose is also obtained from many of the sweet fruits. Okay, it is also present in honey and it's an essential component of human blood. Okay, in combined form, it is present in cane sugar and in polysaccharides like starch and cellulose. It is the most abundant organic molecule on the earth, and naturally occurring glucose is dextrorotatory. That is, it rotates the plane polarized right to right hand side. Now, as I told you that it's the most abundant biomolecules, hence essential to study these. आता आपण पाहणार आहोत की what are the different methods of प्रिपरेशन ऑफ ग्लुकोज. कुठल्या पद्धतीने आपण ग्लुकोज काय करू शकतो, प्रिपेअर करू शकतो. द फर्स्ट मेथड ऑफ प्रिपरेशन ऑफ ग्लुकोज इज फ्रॉम सुक्रोज. सुक्रोज इज C12H22O11. सुक्रोज पासून आपण काय बनवत आहोत, तर वी आर प्रिपेअरिंग ग्लुकोज. सो व्हेन केन शुगर इज boiled with dilute HCl or sulfuric acid, it goes hydrolysis to give glucose and fructose in equal amount. सुक्रोज मधून आपण ज्यावेळेस त्याला हायड्रॉलिसिस करतो तर आपल्याला दोन प्रोडक्ट्स भेटतात. दॅट इज वन इज ग्लुकोज अँड अदर इज फ्रक्टोज. द मॉलिक्युलर फॉर्म्युला ऑफ बोथ ऑफ देम इज सेम. And what happens is while cooling, a little bit of alcohol is added. Glucose, you know, is being almost insoluble in alcohol, crystallizes out after cooling, whereas fructose remains in the solution. So easily we can get glucose in this method. The second method of preparation of glucose is from starch. When you have n number of starch molecule, it is boiled with dilute sulfuric acid at 393 Kelvin under pressure, and it gives you glucose as the product. So from starch also you can obtain glucose, right? So these are the two methods of preparation of glucose. Now we move on to determine how exactly the structure of glucose was understood. Okay, so let's get into the structure and properties of glucose. Now you all know glucose has a aldohexose structure. Okay, it has a aldohexose structure. In other words, glucose molecule contains one aldehyde group, that is formyl group, and the remaining 5 carbon carries one hydroxy groups each. The 6 carbon in glucose form one straight chain. This aldohexose structure of glucose was established on the basis of the following chemical properties. So we will learn exactly how was glucose structure based on certain experiments. The first thing, the molecular formula of glucose was found to be C6H12O6. So the molecular formula of glucose is C6H12O6. How was this determined? On the basis of its elementary composition and colligative properties, we came to know that the molecular formula for glucose is C6H12O6. Okay, so this is the molecular formula for glucose. आता दूसरा प्रश्न, the 6 carbons in glucose molecule forms a straight chain. And how did we come to know कि glucose मधले जे 6 carbon आहेत ते straight आहेत? So there was an experiment which was done, and what was done is glucose was treated with HI, hydrogen iodide, that is glucose when prolonged heated with hydrogen iodide would give you N-hexane. You know why? Because HI is a reducing agent, and on the reduction, glucose on treating with hydrogen iodide would give you N-hexane as the product. ह्याच्यावरून आपण काय conclude केलं, तर we concluded that the 6 carbons in glucose molecule forms a straight chain. Glucose मधले जे 6 carbon आहे तर ते straight chain देतात, and we got N-hexane as the product. So we got to know that there are 6 carbon in glucose molecule when glucose was treated with HI, and HI is a good reducing agent. Okay, dear students. Then glucose molecule contains one carbonyl group. So how do we understood this, that glucose molecule contains a carbonyl group present in it? So this was detected from the observation that glucose form oximes. And when does it form oxime? by reaction with hydroxylamine, that is NH2OH. Glucose, when it was treated with NH2OH, that is hydroxylamine, or HCN, that is cyanohydrine, on reaction with hydrogen cyanide. So glucose when treated with hydrogen cyanide would give you cyanohydrine. आता या रिएक्शन मध्ये काय होतंय, तो ग्लुकोजला आपण कशा बरोबर ट्रीट केले, तर हायड्रोक्सिल अमाइन बरोबर, that is NH2OH. I have written the structure for your convenience over here, that is NH2OH. The red thing what you can see on your slide, that is H2O, is removed over here, and you will get the formation of oxime, that is CH. This is your CH, the double bond, and NOH. This structure which is formed is known as oxime. So dear students, glucose on treating with hydroxylamine will give you oxime, whereas glucose when treated with HCN, that is hydrogen cyanide, would give you cyanohydrine. OH and CN attaches on the first position. So from this we concluded that glucose molecule contain one carbonyl group present in it. Okay. The next thing what was done is, the carbonyl group in glucose is in the form of aldehyde. How do we know that the carbonyl group is there in the glucose structure? So whether it is a aldehyde or something else, this was concluded, this was done by the experiment in which it was observed that glucose gets oxidized to a 6-carbon monocarboxylic acid called gluconic acid on reaction with bromine water, which is a mild oxidizing agent. Glucose, when it was treated with mild oxidizing agent like Br2, okay, this is a mild oxidizing agent. So what happens is oxidation takes place over here, and here you will get the formation of gluconic acid. Okay, so this infers, from this we can conclude that the carbonyl group in glucose is in the form of aldehyde. The carbonyl group which is there in glucose हा कुठल्या फॉर्म मध्ये आहे, तर अल्डिहाइड आहे. हे कसं कळालं, ज्यावेळेस ग्लुकोजला आपण ब्रोमीन वॉटर बरोबर ट्रीट केलं. ब्रोमीन वॉटर जो आहे तो माइल्ड ऑक्सिडायझिंग काय आहे, एजंट आहे. आता दुसरी गोष्ट म्हणजे ग्लुकोज कंटेन 5 hydroxyl group. How was this concluded? So this was concluded from the observation that glucose reacts with acidic anhydride. See here I have given you the structure of acidic anhydride. It's not there in your textbook. So glucose react with acidic anhydride to form glucose pentaacetate. Here you get the formation of glucose pentaacetate. As glucose is a stable compound, it was further inferred that the 5 hydroxyl group are bounded to 5 different carbon atoms in glucose. So when glucose was treated with acidic anhydride, this is the structure of acidic anhydride. This hydrogens, that is you have 5 OH groups, these hydrogens are removed and you get 2 products, that is an ester and a acid. So you got glucose pentaacetate, wherein this hydrogen was removed and you had C double bond O CH3 groups attaching over here with the removal of acid. So this concluded that glucose contains 5 hydroxyl groups. Fine. So this reaction is a clumped reaction of the previous one which you have seen. And the last thing which was concluded that glucose also contain one primary alcohol. And how it was concluded that glucose contain one primary alcohol? This was done by, and this was concluded by glucose and gluconic acid both on oxidation with nitric acid gives the same dicarboxylic acid called saccharic acid. So glucose and gluconic acid would give you saccharic acid. Now HNO3, that is nitric acid, it's a bit strong oxidizing agent, and so you get saccharic acid as the product. So we can conclude that glucose contain one primary alcohol also. In the previous thing, when glucose was treated with bromine, okay, bromine was a mild oxidizing agent, so you got a COOH group only at one position, but here on both the carbons you are getting the same group. So glucose contain one primary alcohol. So this is how the structure of glucose molecule was deduced. Hope you understood it. Some questions are there on the slide. I hope you all solve these questions and note down in your notebook. In the coming lectures, we are going to start with we are going to learn about the optical activities of these compounds. Hope you all study at home. Thank you, dear students.